Well, it's the end of the second day here in Israel. It was the first day of the Gandel program proper, where we caught the bus to Yad Vashem and had two sessions. We had the first one was by the kind of director of pedagogy, and it was all about the educational philosophy that Yad Vashem has in teaching the Holocaust. I won't try and summarize it, but one of the key takeaways for me was the idea that in teaching the Holocaust, we cannot just teach a pile of bodies or a number. That's relatively meaningless. What we need to do is try to rehumanize the victims. The Nazi Party dehumanized the Jewish people and tried to turn them into numbers. Often when we learn about the Holocaust, the first we see of the Jewish people is as victims. And so we need to learn about them prior to the Holocaust, who they were as people, and try and rehumanize them. So that was a fascinating lecture. Secondly, we had a rabbi, and he talked about who are the Jews. So this question, a broad sweeping overview of the history of the Jews, about Abraham, covenant, building of the first temple, the second temple, and really asking this question of who are the Jews? How are they as a people survived for so long? And that in itself was also fascinating, really interesting concept to think about and to mull over about what it means to be a people, and enjoyed that immensely. This finished at around 12ish, and after lunch we headed off on a bus tour to a couple of different spots in Jerusalem, and Ephraim, the program director, took us on a guide and talked about various places. We saw Bethlehem in the distance. We talked about the differences of West Jerusalem and East Jerusalem. We looked at some of the settlements. We discussed some of the different religious and political historical events and controversies in Israel's past. Finished up at a cemetery where there was a combination of Anzac and British Commonwealth soldiers who died in retaking Jerusalem. So that was quite a poignant end to the tour. And then we came back to the hotel, and some people are heading out to enjoy an evening's festivities for New Year's Eve, because it's currently the 31st of December over here, and I'll see what happens. It's an early start tomorrow, but I thought I'd do this and sign off prior to whatever occurs this evening.